It's your boy Rebuke All Devils coming back at you. And on tonight's episode, we got this story coming up out of the Independent, right? Former NASA executive found guilty of executing black neighbor in shocking doorbell footage. The mother of 24-year-old Javon Prather claimed racial animus helped drive his older neighbor, Michael Hetle, to shoot him 7 times as part of a long-running feud. And so y'all might remember a couple of days ago I done a story about another brother in Cali that got shot 7 times. There's been an update to that, and I'll be dropping that here shortly. So make sure to stay tuned, and we'll check this video out soon as we read the backdrop to the story. As former NASA executive who was feuding with his next door neighbors has been found guilty of murdering one of them in what prosecutors describe as an execution. Michael Hetle, 54, claimed he acted in self-defense when he rapidly fired 7 shots into 24-year-old Javon Prather on his doorstep in March 2020, following a mundane fight early in the day, saying he believed the younger man was armed. But a jury in Fairfax, Virginia, rejected that argument after watching video from a Ring doorbell camera showing the former police officer opening his door and immediately shooting the unarmed Prather at point-blank range without warning. In shocking footage that caused one of Prather's family members to break down in tears in the courtroom, Hetle continued to fire as his victim attempted to escape and tumbled down the steps. He fired once more as Prather lay on the ground. He then attempted to stop Prather's wife from dragging his body away by shouting and pointing his gun at her. And there go a picture of the brother right there. May he rest in peace. He was a young man. The court heard from Hetle's son how Hetle, who is white, often referred to Prather, who was mixed race, with the racist slur. Prather's wife said she believed the shooting was partly motivated by racial animus, which Hetle denied. He didn't want Javon hurt. Prosecutor Lyle Burnham said he didn't want Javon to leave. He wanted Javon dead. The jury took nearly 8 hours to give his verdict. Hetle will be sentenced in January and could face life in prison. Prather worked at a grocery store and had served as an infantryman for about 4 years in the Maryland National Guard. Hetle had been a police officer for 9 years on the U.S. West Coast, where he was disciplined for racial bias during a traffic stop and killed 2 people while on duty. Now, we're going to have to check into that. So far, before he killed this young man, he killed 2 people in Cali. His former police department said that it had found both killings to be justified. And we definitely heard that before. There's a picture of the young man, I guess, at his doorstep right here. The feud between the neighbors began in 2017 when Hetle claims he caught Prather using his hose to wash his car despite being told not to. Prather's mother, Javon, told NBC Washington that Hetle had repeatedly called the local homeowners association with complaints. In court, Hetle alleged a string of sometimes lurid encounters with Prather and his wife, Janelle, such as an incident in December 2019 in which he said Prather approached him while he was walking his dogs, stared at him intently, nearly tripped over one of the dogs, dropped a knife, and ran away. That don't sound believable. And here's a picture of him right here, pointing the gun, and the brother that he murdered, his body is laying dead right there. Looked like he's on his side, and there's his wife. At one point, Janelle Prather was charged with throwing objects at Hetle's house and car, leading him to apply successfully for a restraining order. The Homeowners Association also sued her over the condition of her house. Hetle told the court that Prather had so banged violently that he had feared Prather would attempt to enter his home. And there you have it, man. I guess the jury didn't believe that nonsense he was showing. Let's go up here and check this video out. Boy, how sad is that?
These would be the final moments of 24-year-old Javon Prather's life as he leaves his home and walks to his neighbors. Witnesses say Prather banged on the neighbor's door so hard it shook the walls. This video submitted in court doesn't show that, and News 4 will freeze the video and only play the audio of the moment the door opens and bullets fly through the doorway. 6 shots. And then a 7. We pick up the video with Javon lying in the driveway and his wife Janelle rushing over and confronting her husband's accused killer.
You wanted to?
Fairfax County Police say the shooter is 52-year-old Michael Hetle, a NASA employee and former police officer in Washington State, where he shot 2 people while on duty in separate incidents in 2000 and 2001.
Yeah, it definitely didn't seem like the young brother was he didn't even seem like he posed a threat. Let's check that out again. He didn't seem aggressive.
These would be the
or
final
none of
moments of 24-year-old Javon Prather's life as he leaves his home and walks to his neighbors. Witnesses say Prather banged on the neighbor's door so hard it shook the walls. This video submitted in court doesn't show that, and News 4 will freeze the video and only play the audio of the moment the door opens and bullets fly through the doorway. 6 shots. And then a 7. We pick up the video with Javon lying in the driveway and his wife Janelle rushing over and confronting her husband's accused killer.
You wanted to?
Fairfax County Police say the shooter is 52-year-old Michael Hetle, a NASA employee and former police officer in Washington State, where he shot 2 people while on duty in separate incidents in 2000 and 2001.
So as you see, he's definitely a serial killer. And when we just saw the video ourselves, it didn't seem like the brother was mad when he left. He didn't run over there like in an aggressive manner, and he definitely wasn't knocking on the door hard. So it makes you wonder how several neighbors had the same story about him knocking on the door so loud that it shook the building. How did that happen in their mind when the video shows something entirely different? And it didn't even look like the brother was upset. Looked like he tapped on the door a few times and was calmly waiting for the guy to answer the door. It's like we see so many stories like this, man, over and over and over. You know, I think the last video I asked, you know, when will it stop? And it's only obvious it hasn't stopped yet. And my heart and prayers go out to this young man's family. You know, I know they are devastated right now. And you know, it's a good thing. I'm glad the jury found him guilty. So, you know, shout out to those folks who saw through that nonsense. You know, at least he should get some prison time and should go away for a while. But it's terrible, man. That brother wasn't nothing but 24 years old. You know, and I guess if there is one good thing that came out of this, is that white supremacist off the streets now, and where he's going, he shouldn't be able to hurt nobody else with a gun. Matter of fact, they probably going to be trying to hurt him. You know, but what y'all think about that, YouTube? Drop your comments down below, man. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Don't forget to click on that notification bell, and you know, let's keep our prayers, you know, for all the fallen victims, man, including this brother right here. Let's keep them in our hearts. Shalom.